So today I was actually wanting to do something pretty different. It will be my first haul. I figured now's a better time than any because recently I went down to LA for kind of a bachelorette trip. So, but every time I go down there, I always have my go-to spots that I need to go to shop because I'm obsessed and I can't help it. And it's always places that I always end up spending way more money than I hope I do. So, the first place that I'm starting with is Naimies Beauty Center. And if you have been there before, then you know probably of how overwhelming it can be. And I get way too excited and I can literally spend way too many hours there. So the first thing that I got was MakeupForever HD Foundation. I basically got this with my wedding in mind, actually, because I wanted a good Longwear HD, you know, something that would photograph really well, and I'd heard really good things about it. And I'm glad that I got it, actually, because I've been wanting to try it for a while. I feel like with my dry skin, this is pretty good, and it's very buildable. It doesn't feel too heavy on my skin, because that was something that I was a little worried about. A while back had started using Bare Minerals foundation, and so it was so hard for me to kind of wean myself off of it and start using liquids or anything again. So I started with BB creams and tinted moisturizers and all that kind of thing, and then so this I feel like is pretty good for actual foundation because it doesn't feel too heavy. So also with MakeupForever I ended up getting the waterproof cream eyeshadow, the Aqua Black. And I really like it. I wanted something that would be waterproof in case I cry or something like that, but I wanted something that was similar to MAC's Black Track, but like I said, a waterproof. Or I also just feel like the Black Track is not that black. It's kind of a really, really dark gray or something. I can kind of show you. So this is a very creamy gel type thing, and I didn't even realize it was an eyeshadow technically. Because I'd heard about it and just figured, oh, I'll get it. And then after I got it, I was like, oh, it's just a gel shadow, but whatever. So I'll show you a swatch just to show you how different, and I'm kind of curious too. So here is the Aqua Black. You see that? So there's that. And then here is Black Track, just to compare, because I haven't done it yet either, and I'm actually curious now, because it does seem very different. I mean, so this one on top is Black Track, and then this one on the bottom is the Aqua Black from MakeupForever. I mean, to me it looks a lot darker, but I guess it's not that different, but it just, the Aqua Black does go on way smoother. It's just really soft and just goes on and stays there. Where I feel like whenever I wear the MAC, it always ends up kind of fading throughout the day, or my eyes will start watering and it'll be gone. And that's no fun. Who wants that? So, moving on. I also got the TooFaced Shadow Insurance. It says Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. I had previously been using like the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot as a primer, or I had used the Urban Decay Shadow Primer Potion, or I would just use my concealer. But I do like this actually. I feel like, I mean, it didn't crease, it stayed on, whatever, right? I feel like I do probably like it better than the Primer Potion from Urban Decay, actually. For some reason I feel like that just dried out really fast or something, but I'm glad I got this. I like it. So also with TooFaced, I finally really wanted to try the Melted Longwear lipsticks. It's more like, I'd say a gloss that dries matte, like a lipstick. But I don't know if it's necessarily long wear. I guess it's longer than a normal one, but I don't necessarily like it as much as I was hoping. I think I built it up in my mind too much because I'd heard so many awesome things. But I got the Melted Berry, which is actually on my lips right now, and then I got the Melted Coral. And I did swatch them here. I'm gonna kind of cover it a little bit because I also have other things that I had already swatched. But there's the Melted Berry, and then there's the Melted Coral. So they're really pretty colors, and I kind of wish that the berry was a little more berry. I feel like it's more red, and it looks kind of red in the video too, but I still like it. I like them a lot, but I've noticed that if I make weird expressions with my face too much or something, which I do a lot when I'm working in the salon, I'll like talk and I'll totally space out and then I'll realize that there's like a lipstick mark on my chin or something, which is no fun, or on my teeth or something. It's not as awesome as I was hoping, but I like them. Your call. I don't know. That's what it is. So I think the reason why I had such high expectations for them is because I've become obsessed with the Lime Crime Velvetines, which are long wearing, very long wearing. In fact, you can't even really take it off that easily at all. Like the next morning I'll wake up after already trying to take it off after I wash my face, and I'll have to use another makeup remover wipe and try to like scrub. It's like remnants of color left forever. But this one I got was the Salem, and so it's their brown, which is right there. It's a really pretty color. I like it a lot. It's very 90s, very good for fall. I'm excited about it. It's probably my favorite purchase of the trip, maybe. But I had already previously had the pink velvet, which I loved too, and I kind of wish that they had more variety of colors though. That's my only issue, and that's why I think that I ventured out and tried the melted and this next one also. It's just, it stays on so long. It dries completely matte. You can kiss, smear, drink, eat, whatever, and it lasts all night. So kind of along the same lines, I ended up trying the Dose of Colors. This is in Purple Rain, which I love the name. I actually saw one of the girls working there was wearing it, and I was like, oh, last minute I was like, throw that in, I need that too, that's beautiful. But it dries really matte also. But I've noticed that the consistency is kind of gobby. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like, no, you can't see, I'm sorry. I'll forget about that, but it is. It's harder to apply, I think, because the applicator is more spongy than the Lime Crime. This one's very stiff, it's not going anywhere, you apply it, you're good. This, it's kind of like, oh, careful, it might wiggle a little bit, and then it's like dried matte, and that's all you get, so you have to like expand your lips a little bit more, which that's no good, because then it could be disastrous. So, but here's the swatch. It's a beautiful color. I'm really glad I got it, just because it's purple. There's no mistaking it. I like it, because again, you can accidentally smear whatever, it's dry, but I also have noticed that it kind of is overly drying. The lips kind of get a little cracky, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so that I also got. I really like, but not as great as the Lime Crime, sadly. Okay, so then the last thing I believe that I got at Naimies was I gave in and got a beauty blender. I've been wanting it forever, but I kept convincing myself, nah, I don't need it. Obviously I already started using it. The reason why I told myself for a while that I didn't need it is because I had the off-brand, which I thought, it's okay, I see the appeal of it, but I also was like, alright, I might as well see what the big deal is about the actual legitimate, you know, beauty blender. As you can see, the off-brand is a lot bigger, and when you wet them, the off-brand one doesn't really expand that much, maybe a tiny, tiny bit, not that noticeable, but this one, it does like double in size. It's really cool. And this one is a little bit harder, like I'm squeezing it, equally squeezing. This is like very spongy and soft. And when you like put it on your face, it does go on so nicely. I don't regret buying this at all. I love it, actually. And I kind of was like, oh, it's so expensive. But then I realized that I got the one that came with a brush and beauty blender cleanser. So, but this is a strange cleanser that I'd never even heard of before. It's like a soap bar. So you wet the sponge or the brush and then swirl it around on there. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's a little less sanitary. It's kind of weird. I guess it's supposed to be more convenient for traveling purposes, but I mean, I don't mind just bringing a pump one. Whatever. It's fine. It came with it. I was running low on my cleanser anyway, so that works. Okay, so then separate from Naimies, but also in beauty products, because I also got them around the same time, is I gave in and got the Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow in medium brown, which I was really wanting to try to find something somewhat similar to, I've been using, if you've seen my eyebrow tutorial, the MAC Dip Down, but obviously they don't have as many color options, so I really liked that this was specifically a brow product and I could pick like every little color. And I feel like the Dip Down from MAC is a little more warm brown, whereas the Anastasia is a little, like the one that I picked at least, is more ashy, which I feel like is more natural looking for my brows at least. So if you want, let's also swatch those just to compare. Okay, so there's that one. And then, yeah. So, up top is the Anastasia Beverly Hills in medium brown, and then right below that is the Dip Down from MAC. So you can see the warmth is obviously there more so with the MAC product. And I feel like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one was also, it has a very creamy consistency, whereas the Dip Down is obviously more like stiff and kind of harder to blend. So once you put it on there, it's harder to kind of brush it around with an eyebrow brush or something and blend it more. It's more like a liner, it stays there. So I'm happy with that so far. I got it pretty recently though, so I haven't been using it too much. And then the next place that I went to while down in LA, somewhere that I go every time I go there because I can't help it, is Brandy Melville. It's a clothing store, it's like a little boutique, but it's the cutest clothes and everything is so soft. So what I'm wearing right now, this shirt, is from Brandy Melville. It's kind of like a little crop top type thing. No, it's seriously, every time I go in there I want to touch everything just because it's so soft. I can't explain it. So they're all pretty much basics, but they're just so soft, and I love that they're one size and they're just super slouchy. So here's one, it's really long. I think they're so cute with tights or leggings or just whatever, anything really I'll put them with. High-waisted pants and kind of tuck one side, whatever. So here's another one I got. You can see how bouncy and awesome they are. Okay, I'm obsessed, sorry. Anyway, so that basically concludes my first ever haul. I hope it wasn't too long and drawn out and annoying. Hopefully maybe it helped you understand some of the products or kind of see if you might like them compared to other things. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos so far, then please subscribe and let me know in the comments below if you want me to do anything differently. I need help. It's no big deal. Just tell me. Alright, anyway, thanks you guys. See you next time.